Nigerian professors have renewed calls for a minimum monthly salary of 2.5 million naira, insisting that anything less undermines their dignity and professional contribution to national development. Protests rocked universities on Tuesday as lecturers decried worsening conditions and stalled agreements with the federal government. Current remuneration leaves graduate assistants earning about 125,000 naira monthly, while professors earn between 525,000 naira and 633,000 naira. Many lecturers struggle with accommodation, transportation, and basic family upkeep, with some forced into loans to survive. Comparisons with colleagues across Africa show Nigerian academics remain among the least paid. At the University of Ibadan, academics stressed that a government-commissioned report had already recommended improved figures. At the University of Lagos, lecturers warned that poor condition forced them into excessive workloads that compromise health and performance. Professors argue that parity with political office holders must be addressed. They insist that decent pay is crucial to sustain quality teaching, research, and global competitiveness. Anything short of 2.5 million, they warned, risks deepening brain drain and eroding the value of higher education in Nigeria. You know, ASU has been calling, and we currently have an impending strike by ASU after the last meeting they had with the federal government didn't quite pull through. What are your thoughts on this report? Do you think 2.5 million is sustainable for the government to pay professors in Nigeria?
I mean, why would 2.5 million not be sustainable to pay? You know, it's all about priorities. Again, I say it on the show all the time. Priorities of our leaders, priorities of the government. What do they think is important? Right? And I've come on the show to say it many times, education is as important as security. Because that is just future security. I mean, if there's any word like that.
Right.
Because they are trying to invest in our future with education. And who are the gatekeepers of education? Our teachers, our lecturers, our professors. Right, the experts that will carry that knowledge, in time, over time, to the next generation. And if we can't pay these people well and keep them happy, in quotes, right? Who are we supposed to be paying well? I mean, I'm not sure how much our politicians wardrobe allowance. I know.
No, our president actually earns about 1.5 million naira monthly. I mean, the president.
That is for which of the any, please?
That's his monthly salary, 1.5.
That is monthly salary.
Yes.
Aside that, of course, there will definitely be other allowances. Right?
So, but the professors are requesting for what is more than what the president earns.
The fact remains that the other allowances are still for the president. I understand that. The salary is 1.3, so that's fine. But now the professors are saying this is what we want. They are not asking for any other allowance, right? They are not going to ask you for wardrobe allowance. They are not going to ask you for any other allowance, basically. If we say, okay, fine, it's too much, right? Let's come to the table. Okay, we can give you guys 1 million. Let's talk about that, okay? Or we can give you guys 1.5. But the fact remains that you cannot just act like, oh, it's too much, and that's about it. Right? Like I said, these people are as important as anything to us. I'm not saying, 2.5 in this era is not even so much money again. I don't know if you agree with me. Because if you look at the cost of living, how much is fuel now, how much is the bag of rice. And these professors are, this is like literally the highest level of education.
Right.
And most of them, we don't even have so much of them anymore because nowadays, people want to japa. Even if, the young new sets of professors are looking outward, not inward anymore. Because they feel like they are going to be underpaid on many levels in Nigeria. Because how much do professors earn in Nigeria? 400,000, 500,000. Given the years of academia that they have been through.
Right. I don't know if you stumbled on the report that talked about how Governor Umo Eno, his personal assistants earn about $1 million. Right. Yeah, his personal assistants actually earn about $1 million. Now, when you put this side by side, personal assistants, what do you call them? Yeah, personal assistant. It's even personal assistant, yes. His PAs basically They earn about $1 million. When you put it side by side with how many years you need to put in academic work to be a professor, how much knowledge you get to impact, do you think that this government, in general, the society as it were, values education and academia? Do you think they do? Given that the agreement that was signed between ASU and the federal government in 2009, most of the things in that agreement hasn't been implemented till now. Do you think that education is valued? Or do you think that it's I mean, given everything that is going on, what are your thoughts as regard that?
I mean, I was going to hit on that, video. Just take a look at ASU, for example. Look at how many years of back and forth ASU has had with the government. Why is it even that way? Look at the years, look at the ripple effect that has even had on students. There are some students that are supposed to have 4-year courses, they end up spending 5-6 years, due to strikes. This time they're asking for literally almost the same thing every single time, and the government chose not to answer them. So our leaders are not taking it seriously enough. If it's been taken seriously enough, at this point we shouldn't even be having anything like ASU strike any longer, right?
Right.
It should be more of just brief talks here and there. We would like our salaries to be increased or whatnot. But this strike spawned up from the whole idea of, we want this by force. And over time, the government might say, we'll do this. The next minute, they go back on their word. So it obviously shows that education is not paramount to our leaders. And it's sad, because most of the leaders we even have now, back then they had the best education systems. Some of them enjoyed scholarships, some of them traveled out, free education, free books and whatnot. Then Nigeria was a bit different, we can say that. But now that things are different is not a bad thing, change is not a bad thing. Why can't you invest in this thing as much as you should?
As much as you enjoyed.
Enjoying it. I mean, you go to some universities, you won't even, the structures alone is sad, the environment is sad. I mean, some schools do not have, some schools did this. I mean, on this show we talked about Imo State, where the ceiling of one of the walls
was open and it was raining.
Some schools don't even have electricity at some. How do you expect students to grow with a sound mind in this kind of environment, right? It's not taken seriously. The people that are even going to teach the students, it will not make them happy. I want them to actually teach. I mean, these are all mental things. This is the transfer of knowledge that has to do with both parties being mentally stable. I'm not talking, when I say mentally stable, in the sense that I'm being paid well, right? I mean, you and I both know the
just basically job satisfaction.
I mean, they treat everyone satisfaction. I mean, in your workplace, if you are not being paid well, you will definitely not be happy enough to be
giving your best, right?
Happy. As time goes on, it becomes a chore, right? It becomes like, why do I want to even go to this place?
Exactly.
That's why you find that some professors might even end up not coming to class for a semester.
Exactly.
Towards the end of the semester, they might just send an assistant lecturer to throw around some materials and study from.
I hope their petitions are considered at this time.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for your insight on that report. And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Atlantic Society Watch. Thank you, Kolawole Adejire, for coming on the show and giving us good insights.